See it on the computer here. Alright. Setting this up. Alright. Let's scoot this over just a little bit. That's better. Alright. Hey everybody, it's Friday, June 1st. Happy EOS launch day. And yeah, this is the kick-ass study stream for comic book artists. I'm going to start again by doing a sketch card, or finishing a sketch card, and then I may do another one because I'll show you I did 2 Batmans, and they need to be relatively the same, like, decency, like, you know, in execution. And it's just a little funky, man. It's like the shape of the head is funky, and so many other things. But I'm gonna have to redo this one. I do have an actual decent one. Did this Batman, and it's pretty good. And then I did this Wonder Woman, and that turned out pretty good. So I'm just gonna finish up a Robin. These are for commission from MegaCon. So just finishing up. So this guy asked me to do these for his kids, and so they all have to kind of be relatively the same, like coolness. So I'm trying to keep them like relatively about the same. One can't be super epic, so I'm trying to keep that in check. Sometimes you want to go crazy on one, or sometimes you screw up a Batman, and then you have to redo it. I don't know how many artists like screw up pieces or whatnot, but it should be talked about. So in comics, I don't know if you know, but when you put an X, it means that you're aiming to black that in later on. And so sometimes I put those in there just so, just in case I'm working on something that's needing to be inked later, even I'll remember, you know. So, and I'm going to try to keep this thing in frame because it's not the easiest to do. So I need a bunch of new pens. This thing's like totally screwed up. You can see how not clean the edges, but it's good for filling in black. I'll do this. And it's dying too, but I should have a piece of paper underneath this. Oh, there it is. There we go. Alright, so this way I've done it a lot where I kind of painted my desk. And since it's black, you can't tell, you just need to clean it everywhere. So yeah, this is Tim Drake, my favorite Robin. I think he may have insinuated that he wanted Damian. And if you're not familiar with comics, then this part's not for you. But yeah, Damian's Batman's son, and he usually wears like a hood. But like I said, my favorite is Tim Drake, for a few different reasons. But yeah, I can go into that at some other time. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with his hair, because this one, I'm doing it very traditional in how I lay it out and how I render it. It's just very, just very traditional. I'm using heavy blacks because it's Batman, and just gauging everything the best I can to those values. Because the minute you add black, everything near it that maybe could have been a halftone might slide to black at that point. It's a weird thing. But yeah, also I'm doing these outlines, and that's super. I don't like this tangent on this R, so I'm going to move this shadow down. But yeah, this is typical comic stuff where if something's in shadow, you'll give it the outline in the shadow, even though you wouldn't really. It's just a comic technique to show what's happening. I think if you painted it, there might be like some bounce light there, and that's what the explanation is for why you do this in the first place. So you'll see me here, just trying to keep within the lines here to keep that outline. And so now, since it's outlined, you kind of know it reads his logo, and I'm only doing that because it's like a fan art piece, so the whole point is that it's a certain character. Having a beer because it's Friday. And I'm not really used to this live by your own schedule kind of thing. I mean, I'm always drawing, so I guess I am used to it, but I'm really not. I'm still kind of trying to adjust to this kind of freedom. Alright. I'm generally not an ink guy. Like, I only do it because people like it, and I think it's something I should do. I don't know why, but I just think like it's the next step of maybe figuring out my. Well, one, it'll give me a better understanding on what I'm penciling, but two, I think maybe eventually we'll be really in love with things, which I am, but like it's hard, man. It's a hard gig, and I'm just natural at doing pencil work, maybe because you grow up with a pencil and you're just naturally good with using a pencil from having it that long. So anyway, this is a study stream. Well, supposed to be. I know I'm doing my client work here kind of on the stream, but I just figured it'd be a good start, kind of like yesterday, where I get into some of this because it's fan art at least. Maybe it's more interesting than me drawing nothing or, studying. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what I did here. I think I'm going to just black out this middle section. Let's see what happens. right. Well, I just think I think it's pretty close. I just think it's nearing its end. I just have to kind of fill in the hair and figure that out. I think that's the struggle right now. It's going to be the hair. Um, looks cool so far. This is kind of how I view Tim Drake, like this kind of like angry teen. Um, but not angry like can't control himself angry. I think I think he's just good at putting on the show, and he kind of has just a good basis of anger because he's a teen. But um, yeah, so I think it's kind of just more of like a show that he's able to tap into his anger side pretty easy. All right. Looks cool. Looks cool. Um, I'm digging it. Oh, Tim. Oh, Tim. Let's see. So over here, I think this would be in shadow over here as well. All right. Sketch cards are fun because they're so small that you kind of, it's like a vertical slice. I was talking a lot about vertical slices today with a buddy, and it's really just it's the whole process in a small form. So it's like it's like you making the whole comic, but in a card. And since it's like 2 inches, you get to have the whole process in one night or whatever sitting. Thought I was gonna half tone this area, but I'm like, it's a black cape. There's not really any half tones. Not a good time to use it. But I think that's half of learning what to do in any kind of art is like figuring out when to use certain techniques. Because there's most of the time um, just things are not like you shouldn't use certain techniques for the most time. Like, well, with comics it's weird because uh, you're generally just drawing superheroes. So in superhero comics, that's what I should say. So in superhero comics, there's like certain rendering techniques that you probably shouldn't do all the time. But yeah, like I said, it's all going to come down to this hair. I think as long as I highlight the right areas, I think we should be good. All right. Trying to figure out where light would catch. Maybe a little bit right here. I don't know. Okay. blacking out this little crease in his hair. All right. Okay. Really, if that's in shadow, then most of this would be in shadow too. All right. All right. It's a loud ass plane. All right. Find that if you're blocky with comics, like blocking or shadows, um, for the most part, is good. It's just going to be more clear rather than more textured, and the more textured you are, sometimes that is more realism, but sometimes that messes with your readability. So you need to find that balance of like how much it wants to read clear and how cartoony is that going to make it seem once it's in play. So not bad. Okay. Yeah, I'm a super fan of this dude. I'm having it rain, so it's always rainy in Gotham. 6 Seattle. All right. Um, cool. All right, this one's pretty much done. So if I want to black out this, I color it in like it was. But then it kind of looks like his leg, but now it kind of looks like he's trapped in quicksand or something down there. I don't know. So I'm just gonna color it in, black it in rather. There is a term in comics called "when in doubt, black it out." Looks pretty good. The only thing I could do is put a little kind of raindrops going down like this over top of things. That's a Jim Lee move. Just add a little bit of breakup. I think it's tight now. I think it's the best card because of that one little accent. This is Batman, Robin. Haha. All right. I'll buy that card for you, dude. Randall, it's already sold, bro, to a Green Beret actually. You'll have to fight him for it. But yeah, I think it's Tim Drake, not Damien. I gotta get used to looking at the chat box. There's not usually many people chatting, but yeah, I can either work on this Batman card or I can do some other more boring uh, studies. Not necessarily more boring, but I'll probably do, I don't know, grab a pose and work on some other part of the body. I'm thinking I need to work on like feet or something you never draw. So I think since I'm already here, I'm gonna do this card, and I got the reference already, just in case. Um, but yeah, Randall, you can have this one. This one's for free. Actually, no, you can buy it. It's one of the Batmans I screwed up. It kind of resembles. This one kind of resembles Finch, David Finch, in a way. For some reason, I think it's just because Finch's faces are always a little over. I think rendered. I think to me. let me pull up this ref. All right. This Batman's going to be legit because I've drawn two of them now today. So, I think it's time to get it right. The first one I went a little bit more Capullo because I like how he simplifies a lot of the Batman stuff. But this one, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with a classic. I don't know, what do you call it? Predator kind of position. He's like hunched over, pretending. I'm pretending he's on a gargoyle, but it's a card, so I gotta kind of zoom in. A similar pose to what Tim Drake's was, but a different angle. All right. All right. Drawing with paper is so much, I don't know. Oh, I can't say easier. It's just more intuitive, man. Screwed up the head last time, so I'm gonna make sure I get it right before I move on. But let me just block it in the hole, or Greek in the whole figure here. Too far. Okay, so this is key. Here over, it's like that. All right, I like the negative space that's happening here. I do have a piece of reference of this dude that's pretending to be standing over on a gargoyle. It's always good to grab ref. And I always, well, I don't always, but I try to. Usually makes things a little easier. Alright. Maybe I should tape this thing on here. I don't know. So the basic shape, his arm's up. So it's kind of elevating his scapula. That's what we're gonna shade in here. Alright. But then again, he's wearing a cape, so it's gonna not be as, probably gonna get some streaks of the cape, probably. Unless I have it blow back, like up. In that case, it'd be weird. I don't know if I'd do that. This dude's head. Let's start over. All right. Okay. It's looking better. So normally he wouldn't have, if if he didn't have a cape, it'd be like this, and that would be his arm here. But he has a cape, so I'm imagining it's covering all this. All right. All right. Ear is going to be right around here. Here's the head curves in here. Then the neck. Now it almost seems like his head should be bigger now. All right, let's draw these guidelines in. See if that makes a difference. So let's stick out his brow. His head is like slightly turned. That's what we're going for here. So that's his center line. Pretending that's the brow there, and then the nose. Okay. All right. I think I got the right angle here. It's either my dude's head shape is so wonky or I'm just not getting it. Could be either one. I think it's that head should be more like that. and then it barely comes off from that mark. Let's see. All right, let's see here. Huh. Okay. All right, so this goes here. And we are starting to take shape a little bit. All right. I think his head's just gotten like smaller and smaller as I go. Sometimes that happens. All right, let me turn this light. All right. Okay. This is all about the head turn here. It's all about the head turn. All right. Working on the small details for some reason. All right, let's put that up. All right, so now I sometimes like my Batman to have like no neck, and so I don't even think this pose might not even be possible with my ideal Batman. Yeah. So if his ear is there, usually the ear would be here. Now, different dudes do it a little bit different. That's why Batman's kind of cool, because everyone does it a little differently. Sometimes you just have to play with it. We can do Neil Adams' ears. That's how Neil Adams does it. Now, if we keep it in line, his eye should be right there. And we can make it squinty or whatever. Just gonna clean it up. Let's see. Ain't bad. It's not bad. At this point is where we get a good flow going. All right, so this thing's turning, so we're gonna get these creases in here. His ear under the cowl probably gets a little bit of this. All depends on where we light it, but his ear's there. We could have it where the cape comes down like this and flows. That'd be cool. And if that's the case, then we won't see this probably. Maybe we'll put his little fist over here. With a batarang or two. That's what I'm thinking. Trying to figure out which way his hand would be facing. Huh. Alright. Cape. Do this. Just like the negative space. That's what I'm looking at here. It's like negative space feels good. Now over here we're going to do these little bumps signifying the cape fabric. So now I need to get my fist like, it's like that. It should be like this. It should look like that, I think. Taking a picture of his hand real quick. All right, back to it. Are you still watching, Randall? Let's see. Do this. And now I can move this little battering. So, Randall, I got your thing signed. Just want to let you know. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Well, pre-production as in drawing stuff or like writing stuff? Well, you did say writing, but I'm guessing that it's including like planning out the storyboard. I forget what his batterings look like, man. We'll look in a book here. Look in a book. Or let's see here. I know you throw batarangs at some point. And here. Don't know when. Maybe you don't. The heck? No batarangs. Planning it out. I get you. And I'm just gonna make it a little curvier than what I have here. Just go with it. I don't know what the traditional batarang is supposed to be, but we're gonna do this. Or maybe not that. Do another one up here. There we go. Dope. All about it. Alright. So it's just about time to figure out lighting. That's really the whole point of this. Like penciling stage for me anyway. It's like, cheers. Let's figure out lighting. Sometimes I look at reference. Sometimes I just kind of guess at it. He's looking down, so I'm thinking the light should be coming up like mirror here, like this. All right, the light's coming up, kind of straight on at him. That means like everything except his face would be in shadow. So I'm gonna say even his, in this case, his nose, or the side of his cowl nose, be in shadow. Oh sweet, my reference is like this too, so this will make it easy. I think from here over where this hits here, that'll be blacked out. I think a little bit of the ear will get hit with the light. Okay. But yeah, definitely the cowl gets hit here. So we're going to draw a line back from here. Around the denture sphere, it's going to be also shadowy, connecting to his upper lip area. This is a tricky part because rendering can easily mess everything up here. All right. It's like that. So here, I'm just going to pick a couple lines, and the rest is going to be in shadow from there. We can outline that, but that'll be in shadow too from here over. And this ear probably is going to get hit. Maybe like that or something. Give him a little bit of rim lighting here. Cool. Looks all right for now. His lip here. Went too dark with it. But his bottom lip will get be in shadow in this one. That's what I'm talking about. Gets muddy quick. You want to have to sharpen up. All right, so that's better. Okay. Now we gotta work with this. All right, so yeah, this next piece, this piece of the neck is going to be in shadow. And now we kind of judge where the light's going to hit over here. So I think a little bit there. Here we'll black out a little bit of the shoulder. Cape kind of looks goofy just going straight down now. The more I look at it, I might switch back. This is what art's all about, guys. Right here. It's eraser. Oh no, son of a bee. Oh no. Forgot I'm using not the best paper here. Alright, it's not destroyed. I think it's workable. I'll have to iron it or something. That was disastrous. Alright. Wow. guess that's why you don't do client work on stream. Do this. I'm going to curve this back. And then we're going to find this little groove here where the arm would go. Hmm. Now we get to adjust this. All right. All right. Yeah, that section is key. Thank God this is being inked. All right. All right. Being careful with the erasing here. All right. Huh. Pose is looking all funky. So we gotta rework. Bummer. Now I got a bunch of marks, but that's why I'm glad it's gonna be inked, because most of this is gonna be hidden. Alright. This is the arm. Time is it? 9 o'clock. Alright. Let's go back to this spot here, because that kind of clues me in to a few things. Alright. Alright. Cool. Alright. I think we're getting close. Alright. So this whole section here probably in shadow. Tough call. All right. do this. Stick his leg on top here, or behind rather. And now, let's see. A lot of fabric action going on here. It's freaking close. I just don't know what I don't like about it yet. I'm trying to figure that out. Gotta look at it from a picture, then I'll know. Sometimes me taking a picture will let me know. Right. Shoulder is pretty keyed. Okay. Go here. So went too far on the top piece here. And then we see the shoulder. Okay. I think that's pretty close. All right. Might be time to ink. Time to ink. Time to ink. Yeah, that. I think this piece here needs to sell a little bit more. Same thing up here. All right, let's see. Ink time. So here, definitely want to have some of this build up into bunches on the cape. Oh man. So yeah, I was thinking of doing kind of like what I'm doing here, like doing something a little bit different on maybe weekends or something. You know, try to like have some sort of variety. These frogs by my house are ridiculous. Trying to mate out here. Mating season. All right. Okay. Probably should do this whole stream with the Christian Bale Batman voice, because that's just funny. Next, I'm gonna shave the lower lip. It's hard to do that with a quiet voice. Kind of have to yell at people. Oh man. I think this should be a little bit lower, maybe. Let's see. Let's do the money shot, yo. Yeah, quiet down when I'm trying to concentrate. No, I didn't hear about the Penguin. That seems like, not a bad move, but I mean, depends how they do them. I feel like it could either be like Returns or like Arkham Asylum like style, and it's a big difference. All right. Yeah, I think. I mean, Danny DeVito was pretty incredible as the Penguin, but um, him as more of like a crime thug, like a like a crime lord, is way more plausible in a movie. I think. I mean, in this current, you know, universe, which, you know, the universe isn't much of a universe, but it's something right now. It's all we got. It's all DC fans have. All right. Coming along here. It's coming along. Slow grind. Slow grind. I think maybe just the top. Mm. We'll go over here. I don't even know which Batman this resembles more than anything. I think it's just its own thing, I guess. trying to think of what it reminds me of. All right. Hmm. Yeah, Deathstroke is more. I mean, he's like he's dangerous in a different way. You know, he's like your villain, not like the master. Oh, he's a little bit of a mastermind, but still, it's he presents a danger that like Penguin's more like organized crime, which I think that's part of the appeal of Batman is that he's taking down like groups of people that want him dead. Um, so I don't know. That's my take on it. I think like both could be good. All right. What do you think about the Jamie Foxx reveal, Randall? Yeah, I'm the same. He's definitely a really good actor. Um, like I'm not a huge fan of the character, but the HBO like animated series was pretty awesome. Um, and that was kind of scary, like you know. Um, so maybe I can see the horror aspect. Um, that makes sense, but yeah, it's gonna probably. I mean, like I said, I'm not a huge like fan, so I don't know the ins and outs of what horror really means in that context. I know he's like trapped, like can't go to hell, but he's really, I don't know, he's alive doing something. I don't know what he's doing. Like I said, not a huge fan, but I'm sure it's good, or sure it will be good. All right. Looks like I'll be done for the end of the stream with this. Just nice timing. Um, Turned out not bad. Could have been better. Also could have been worse. So taking it for what it is, I think. But it is cool to do a card start to finish on stream, which is pretty sweet. Huh. Um, I'm gonna erase away the pencil and see what it looks like. Probably should do that with this one too. Not bad. Not really sure what I think of it. Won't know until tomorrow, really. That's how I am. Definitely hard to gauge. Cape turned out pretty good. I think it's what saves it, but the face is a little funky. And there's not much I can do to that at this point. Can clean it up a little bit. I could add white and then try to fix the face, but I feel like I could mess it up further, and that wouldn't be good. Huh. Oh, nice, dude. Well, catch you later, man. Is an upgrade that movie where he gets the chip and then he can like fight really well? I think that's the one you're talking about, right? It seemed like a funny little premise, like the trailer did. They like really hit the humor. All right. Oh, thanks, man. I'll catch you later. All right. Then we're going to call that one quits and chill for a minute and look at them together. What we did. All right. Do this. Cool. Now I can kind of see what's going on. Alright. Not bad. Good commission. Really, really like that Robin, man. Robin came out tight as hell. I know it's a few minutes short, but they're going to call it quits. Get me another beer. You guys have a good night. I'll be here doing it again tomorrow. I may do it in the morning tomorrow. Thinking about doing it at 8 o'clock in the morning. So if you are watching, come back tomorrow morning. Maybe even 8. Always on 8. 8 o'clock. Anyway. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and please like it whenever it posts. I'm sure I'll take a bunch of these little streams and clip together a bunch of good parts and make an actual decent video, and then maybe I'll take down the streams, but for now I'll be posting the streams and the entirety afterwards. I wonder what the YouTube cap is for memory storage, but I'm doing it anyway. So maybe tomorrow. See ya. Thanks. Peace.